Ladies and gentlemen, believe me when I say this game against Fremantle is the reason why Collingwood signed Harry Perryman. And at face value, you look at the stats, it doesn't shout anything. But if you look at the intricacies of this game, you'll see exactly why Fly is licking his lips about getting Harry Perryman to the Collingwood Football Club. All right, so let's get going. I've got my drawing tools out. So we see here, Perryman with a really nice tackle on Switkowski, one of the premier small forwards in the game. And then here, Harry Perryman stands up strong, takes the mark in the hands, looks for a pass inboard, and he's got the overlap, and straight away we can see he's looking to keep the ball rolling, which is an important trait. I think he will really help our build-up from the back line. Even as a midfielder, I think he'll be important in that chain, and we'll see a lot more of that in this game. And that gets a mark by Jesse Hogan as well. Here, really good body work by Perryman there to get some separation from Switkowski again. And what I've noticed watching a lot of games of Harry Perryman over the last couple of years is he does very well on smaller forwards who are really good. Nick Watson, Switkowski, who else has he played against? Sydney he plays against, Papley. He does really well in these scenarios. So it gives you an idea of who he will thrive against in the midfield and maybe who he could potentially struggle with more. But I think even against the bigger bodies, we've seen him in games against Brisbane play and match up on Eric Haywood. So we can see there's a lot of versatility already in his game. All right, so he's looking to get the ball moving. Handball receives are important. Okay, so what I want to point out early here is while he might not get the ball in this situation or impact this defensively, he's man tight with, I believe that might be Sturt there. And in stoppages, he's very attentive, very aware of what's going on. And this is a precursor. We'll see more and more with Harry Perryman. He loves having an assignment and having a role and a responsibility in these defensive stoppage contests. Really man tight. Like he beats this screen here from Brayshaw, gets over it, and still manages to stick with Sturt there, which is really important. Still with him, still got body on him, yeah? Is he playing the forward a bit too much? That's up for debate, but I think he does well here. And does he stay alive here? This is the same play, okay? So here, he'll get the hands, he'll look inside, and what I talked about here, this is build-up 101. Really important that we see players like Perryman for Collingwood help us build out from the back line, and he'll do this every time. Overlap. It's called the GWS Surge, the Orange Tsunami. So he's here. This is not an average hand pass, but it doesn't give Perryman a lot to work with, but we'll see here. He already knows what he's doing as he receives it, and he's going to get Callaghan, the handball received, to keep the ball in motion. So really good work all round there from Perryman. Perryman here. This one I love as well. Geez, this one is great. So let's bring it back here. Again, on Sturt, really mindful of where his body positioning is. Has arms reach to Sturt to ensure that he knows exactly where he is at all times. Okay, still mindful of him. Really, really on his toes here. Sturt, not so much on his toes. He's actually flat-footed, if anything. And he'll be the first one to react here. So he's staying active, giving an option. Sturt's daydreaming and ball watching. Harry Perryman's looking for an option, to provide an option. And he kicks it to a decent 101 contest between Peatling and Warner there. What happens here? I think we get a nice tackle. No. Perryman clean below the knees, that's right. So a really important trait there for Harry Perryman is the fact that he's clean in the defensive 50, which I'm sure will translate into ground ball gets in the midfield as well. All right, so what do we have here? Perryman's probably going to get something here. Handball receive and keeps it rolling. A part of the chain. Perryman, again, look at him. Look how mindful he is of his opponent. Frederick is a very respectable opponent, and if he gets goal side of you, if he gets this side of you in this play, you're in some strife. And I think Perryman does a really good job. He's ready to defend at all times, and I love that about him. And I'm telling you, the recruitment team would have looked at this game and they go, wow, Perryman's got some great fundamentals. He plays team footy, and that's what matters the most. Just checking if the voice is working. Okay, moving on. So we're still with him, still got touch on him, stays goal side, and clean below the knees, and geez, gets that handball out somehow. So really quick hand to ball to dispose the footy and keep the ball in motion. Well done there. All right, here, really strong tackle by Perryman there. So he's pushed all the way up. He's seen an opportunity to push into that forward 50 and give a really strong tackle on Sam Sturt there. And as we move on, what have we got here? Perryman on the outside, giving an option. Lowers his eye, so he could have considered this one, but this one's probably the more advantageous position because of what Kelly can do here. He can swing on his left, give a hand pass to one of these guys, or really he can just turn and go. Whereas if Peatling takes the mark here, he's gonna have to push back off his man because he's got Ryan on him there, and it would slow down the play. So how does it transpire, anyways? All right, Fife does well to put him on his ass, but they're still looking for a handball receive here. All right, this is really good work by Perryman again, just well ahead of his. I think he's playing like a. It's not wing because there's someone further out over here, so he's playing that high. He's marking the high half forward there, and he's getting goal side very early, which is good. And then he sees a threat now, so he sees okay. Taylor is pushing on to the man on the mark, which leaves a hole back here, and Perryman does a really good job to occupy it. We'll see here. Gets there straight away in what was an easy mark initially for Jackson, that looks like it is. Perryman reads the play early and gets back and defends for the team, leaving his opponent Bailey Banfield left for dead. Really good. And guess what? He's going to keep the ball moving. Looking for a handball receive here as well. Always looking for an option. O'Driscoll pumps it in. Really, look, this is what I say this over and over again. Fly's going to love this. We're going to love this. Look at this. Straight away here. He knows where his opponent is. Being mindful. He's trying to get loose. Perryman's nice and low. So even if Sturt's trying to push Perryman away here, Perryman's got good body position and really stable, a real stable platform to keep his feet here. And it goes over, takes the contested possession, absorbs a tackle, and actually gets a free kick here. So really good work by Perryman there. Okay. We're up to our last couple here. This is just a safe kick down the line late in the game. Perryman will be an option here. So I think we see Perryman here. Or here. Let's see what he does. Yep, so I believe that's him there. So he's going to work over, give width to the team. He can see this player here is going to push up here. So fundamentally, Perryman's going to give an option here and then likely feed it toward as quickly as possible. So let's see how that pans out, right? Yep. So Perryman gets it, has to dispose quick. He's done a head check. So he already knows what's ahead of him, which is good. It's important to do a head check as early as you can. And he can see that that ball needs to go to Collingwood as quickly as possible. And that really is a good kick, hand pass, sorry. And that is really it. You might, again, it doesn't seem like a whole lot was amazing, but he does the team things right. And that's what Collingwood is all about. And that's what AFL footy is all about. You can have your stars, but you need your Harry Perrymans in the team to do all those little things right and let Jordan De Goey go forward of centre. Let Nick Dacos go forward of centre. Allow Pendlebury to reside in the back line. I think Perryman's going to be a massive acquisition, and this is the game what gets me really excited. And call me a footy geek because there's nothing special in there, but it's just the little things right, and that really gets me going. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Go Pies.